Hey guys, in this week's episode of What the World Blew Up, we will be seeing stuff, I guess. Yeah, so let's just get into the video. So, one from Dutch, not Dutch, Belgium, yeah, is that how you say it? Belgian boats are going through here. They are sunk by salty Swedes, Swedish people, because they don't like how they've just lost a big war. So they blow the Dutch's ships up. The Dutch is like, what the fuck are you doing? Sorry for swearing. And then and the Dutch with their inflated ego, well, it's kind of Belgium, isn't it? Because that's what the capital is. The Belgians with their inflated ego after just winning the war will declare war on Sweden 1 year after the big wars happened. And nobody really liked the Dutch's supremacy over the continent. I guess the Allies kinda are fine with it, but they'd rather not. So the the Dutch are going to declare war on Sweden on this like Norwegian island or area, and the Dutch just having fought a war, their economy is going to crash. Because as you know, Sweden didn't really experience as much fighting. It was really just in the later days of the war that they experienced fighting. They didn't really suffer that much from it. It was really just their capital that suffered from like the bombings. So Sweden is basically on full capacity, well 98% capacity, when the Dutch is like 20% capacity. So the Dutch's economy is going to collapse. Because as the leader's ego is through the roof, they will just kind of fight. And Sweden's expecting this will starve them out, and will just halt the thing until their economy collapses, which it will do approximately a year into the war. The economy will collapse. So now now the military is in shambles. So and the allies are like, bruh, why did you do this? And the allies will leave them. Yep, this is just it. This is it now. So we're basically gonna kick the Netherlands out of the alliance. So now the Star Alliance, the dual stars are going to. That's what I'm calling them. They're dual stars because they're two in the stars. So the French will be the first to jump on this opportunity. The French will immediately jump on this opportunity and they will retake some of this land and they will get back their colony if they will invade it. They invade their colony and get it. So France is here. So and then the Swedes will completely push them out of their territory and then they will quickly take the northern parts of Denmark, like this area. They will the Belgians will immediately kick the leader out of office. Or I mean, I guess kill him because he's a king. So they're just gonna kill him. And now there is no leader in Belgium, which is kind of not a new thing for Belgium. That's the joke about real life when Belgium went like 2 years without a government, right? So Belgium is going to be like, so what do we do? And their puppet states are going to formally break away, and they just kind of wanted independence. That's kind of the only thing they really want. This puppet will be the first to do it. Then it will be Poland that will break away from them, as Poland will declare its independence and then they will take this. They will not Lithuania, and the Baltic one. Yes, that's just what I'm calling him now. The Baltic one will leave, and they will just declare independence. And French forces will rush in and take the capital city. Oh, this was the fourth Franco-Dutch War, I guess. They will immediately sign a ceasefire with the French, giving them basically everything back from the three wars. Wow, and they will sign and then we'll see why they agreed to stop the fighting. In the east of the Dutch, they will have a breakaway state country thing. A breakaway will appear, and it will come and it will fight them, and they will immediately be forced to give it their independence. So, new country here. So, anyways, let's look at that peace treaty. Alright, so that's the peace treaty. So the French will get back the colony immediately after they lost it. Like, it was like a year after they lost it. And the Dutch is and the Swedes didn't take any land from them. They just kind of forced tons of reparations and of war on them. Kind of like Germany after World War One. Now their economy is already fucked, so I don't really know how they're meant to pay that. But that's kind of what the Entente did after World War One. They will immediately elect a new leader, and not elect. Well, after their leader is gone, they hate the monarchies, and they will just be fuming. So the people will rise up and cause another civil war. Nice. As a civil war will appear in this area of the country, and they will quickly overrun the government. As they will quickly overrun the government and will install a former democracy, being the first democracy in the world. So that's good for them, I guess. And now they have to work on the new government. And this country will have a 6-year election cycle, so it's So France and these guys will try to rebuild their relations because the monarchy kind of did everything. And France sees this new government as a good place to start with rebuilding relations between the two countries, as the French country doesn't hate the democracy, they hated the monarchy. And the monarchy is gone, so yeah. The Dutch are still powerful. Well, not now, but like they're gonna be powerful again. Like they're still a colonial power. Like they're probably equal in strength to the French when they get their back together. So. And Poland will invade this new breakaway of the Dutch. Nobody really likes this, but what are we gonna do? A breakaway is going to appear in eastern Poland, that land that they took away a few episodes ago, in like 19 or something. Yep, it's breaking away. So, yeah, good job, Poland. Poland will immediately agree to give it their independence, because this region is a lot richer than this, because the Dutch were like really good at making stuff rich for some reason. They had like just like Berlin. I'm gonna say that's Berlin. I don't really know. But the Polish will immediately push in to this eastern Germany, and they will take the capital city, and will take the rest of the country. And now it's Polish again. Good for them. The Dutch are going to try to rebuild their stand. Nobody really, no, there's like a bad thing against them because of what their like past held. So the Dutch, as soon as they rise to power, they fall just as quickly. The Dutch lasted 1 year as the world's top power before they crumbled. Like 1 year as the top power. They were the top power in the world for 1 freaking year. Wow. Anyways, let's get to something that's not demoralizing. the dual stars will now become the triple stars with this little guy joining because they these guys helped them in the war and this country is kind of becoming like a new power in Italy. And also something that's gonna happen is Italy or South Italy, they haven't really done anything in a while. So what they're gonna do is because they don't like the North's rising power, they're gonna do something really stupid. They're gonna try to stage an attack on themselves by by quote unquote these guys, and nobody's gonna buy it. So and then the entire freaking the triple stars are gonna are gonna attack them. The triple stars will invade these guys. The triple stars are immediately gonna see success and will take the capital within 2 weeks. And that's just the peace treaty is just this. They're just completely annexed into Italy. And then the Italian country will now move its capital back down to Rome. So yeah, we've got a new Italy. Italy is new again. Italy is getting bigger, I guess. They're bigger now. They're like a lot bigger. They've gotten very chunky. And French forces will finally do what they were going to do and expand in their colony a bit more because they wanted to expand more, right? Remember? They will explore the Great Lakes of like around here where the Great Lakes are. Well, yeah, this is the Great Lakes. Duh. They will explore the entire Great Lakes. Very nice for them. As they will completely just they will take the entire Great Lakes. Yeah, nobody's really sharing anymore, are they? Nobody's sharing in this series. Nobody shares anything in this series, does they? So the Great Lakes colony is bigger now. Okay, good for the French, I guess. Good for the French. And colonization is really going to start ramping up as more and more countries are trying to get in on it, but they really can't because, like, yeah. But the Dutch had a massive influence on the world. Like, they made the world discover colonization and everything to do with that. Like, they basically spilled the beans to the world. Country will work together and will discover this area. Well, these guys will take this area. These guys will take that. And the Floridan colony will go and we'll get most of the south of the US. So like the deep south, is that what it's called? I don't even know what it's called anymore. You guys have weird names. Like, and then the Catalonian colony, New Catalonia as they're gonna call it, will expand a bit into Central America. And the Dutch are not going to do anything because they're broke. So, and also the Swedish are going to, with their newfound money from the Dutch that they are still receiving, are going to expand a bit into the Quebec colony. Well, yes, this is the Quebec colony, and this would be the colony. So it's looking pretty good. So colonization is really starting to ramp up in the Americas. So, and it looks like there's gonna be 4-5 powers in North America. It seems that South America is gonna be good for the Dutch to take, though, because there's nobody really else that could take it, unless somebody found out about it and got to it in East Asia. What's that? I'm hearing about Japan is getting to the Americas. Well, they will discover like the coast of like California, is it? Yeah, that's probably what it is. And they will take the coastline. Japan will. Japan takes the actual just coastline. They will make a Californian colony on the west coast of the United States. We are going to see an independence movement. Yep, already in Cuba. Surprisingly enough, there will be a rebellion in the Caribbean with this like capital, and this country took most of this country's navy. Well, the American navy. So what they'll agree to is, and also why didn't they take that? I don't know why they didn't take Puerto Rico, but yeah. Catalonia will tell them, you can have your independence, but you have to let us permanently use your international waters so we can get to like our colony and use your ports as like a station ground, like they've been doing, which the Caribbean country will agree to because they see that as fair, and they're now officially an independent country in the Americas. Nice! That's actually good. And but it's not going to be too good for that long, as well, or at least maybe, I don't really know, as this African thing is going to attack it. I know, very mean. They will send an attacking force to the north, and immediately this Catalonian country will defend, push them out of their territory. Very nice. Good for them. So, good for them. And back to the African Cold War that I definitely didn't forget about. This country and Egypt will agree to, well, not agree, but they will just kind of coincidentally both attack this country at the same time, as this country attacks it, and then 1 week later, Egypt attacks it. So, yeah, Egypt is going to attack it from the north east, like west, I guess. And Egypt will take its capital city. And then Egypt will take this parts of it, I guess. And then the rest of it will fall over to this country, with now them both having occupation zones of this country, with most of it being going to Egypt, just kind of asserting Egypt's dominance over the African continent at this point. So, back to the Horn of Africa update. Blah 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 blah. So this country here will in fact attack the green one. So they will kind of attack it, but it will kind of not really go anywhere, as their attacks will kind of stalemate after like encircling this port city. So this will be the peace treaty. Nice. And then the brown country will finally retaliate with attacks by attacking the orange country, and then they will take these territories back from the orange country, and the orange country is now going to attack this yellow one again, and they will take this territory. But then they will be attacked by this country that is not satisfied and will be annexed into them after losing the war. Horn of Africa update. Done. So the Middle East is kind of just secured, I guess. And something will be happening here though, so it's not all a waste of my time for saying something like this. Because the Pentagons will be gaining 2 new members, being this former puppet of Greece and this former territory of Greece. And these 2 countries will both join the Pentagons in a joint application, as they are very similar, because they both were forced to be similar by Greece, doing not so good things. And Ukraine is here for vengeance. Who against, you might ask? This neutral country that just wanted to chill, I guess. They just wanted to chill out. This will be the second neutral war of independence. The reason it's called that is because I haven't come up with a name for this country, and this is basically just their fight for independence, because they're probably not going to take land if they win, so because they don't want to put a bigger target on their back from taking land. So they will launch an attack in the south of the country. And now they will look for help. Help has been detected. The triple stars will help these guys. The triple stars. And then these guys will be like, seriously, I thought the stars were gone. As a joke, because the Star Alliance was the one that helped these guys previously. And now they're just not here. So, this country, and this will quickly sour relations between the Pentagons and the Triple Stars. And they will like launch an attack from the north and the south, making an encirclement. And now they will kind of hold this under occupation, as these guys just kind of wanted to chill. and also something else is gonna happen. This red country is going to attack this blue country. I know, so original. And Russia, seeing an opportunity, is going to start helping this country, hoping to annex this one in the peace treaty, or at least get some of its territory so they can get to the Baltic Sea. They will start supplying this little guy, and they will help them kick it. They'll kick out and they will completely just defeat them immediately. Wow, that's very nice. And the peace treaty will look something like this. And now they have access to the Baltic Sea. So they will just, this is very weird borders, but and also something else that's gonna happen is Finland is going to be mad. Oops, what the hell did I do? When Russia didn't give them access to the Baltic Sea, because that was, remember, the territory that they wanted. So they will kind of be like, hey dude, can you give us access to the ports? And then Russia will be like, no, I'm doing something. Which they were in fact not doing something, but they just wanted to keep their ally away from those ports because they'd worked so hard for them. So Finland's like, dude, what the fuck? And then they will leave the Diamond Squad. Diamond Squad is gone. Diamond Squad is at war. As Russia will attack Finland for being so rude, and they will quickly take this territory, and they will like defeat them. So Finland will just kind of lose territory at rapid rates, losing tons of territory in like a short amount of time. Like they are just getting bombed like into oblivion. And then a naval landing will be attempted on the southern coast of of Finland, and it will connect up with the other occupied land, and it will be a huge success for the landing, with now Finland's capital being very much under threat. And oh, when you look at that, the capital has been captured. That's why you don't have your capital be under threat. If you are a leader, watch out. As Finland will quickly fall to Russia and will be annexed into the rapidly growing Russian Empire. As Russia expands, as Russia, okay, I can't talk anymore, I guess. As Russia, I cannot talk, I just cannot talk. As Russia will expand into Siberia, now I remember what I was gonna say. Russia will, I cannot say it, I just cannot say it, it's my fucking brain. And Russia will quickly take more territory into Siberia, and they will take tons of territory, really cementing themselves as a big country. So, as the rest of it will fall over to Japan, yes, Japan is humongous now, but yeah. So Japan is going to basically just be like, dude, can you not expand anymore? So then they take the rest of it. So now Russia will turn its attention to Central Asia. So they will quickly just invade this little guy here, and they will just annex it after taking it. They want to take this territory from Iran, like the northern parts, but they don't want to go to war with the Pentagons again. Because if they couldn't hold off the Pentagons 2 years ago, why could they hold it off like now, like 20 years later? It's only been like 10, 20 years after that war, so. It's only been like 10, 20 years since the big war thing, so they will just decide to pick off the smaller countries, as they will pick this guy off, very mean, and then they will invade this guy, still being mean, and they will annex it, as Russia quickly becomes an imperial power. So, yeah. Russia will threaten Sweden now, saying, "Give us a port, or no, give us a port on Norway and England, or I mean Norway and Wales, or we will go to war with you." So Sweden will reluctantly agree, and they will give up a big, a few kilometer radius outside of the port, so then they can get to the destination. Sweden doesn't really know what they want to use this for, but they kind of just give it up anyway, and that will kind of be discovered soon. I think you guys can probably tell what they're using it for, but anyway. So the Russians will now invade all their new ports, will invade Ireland. Why? I don't know. Why do you need Ireland, mate? And they will take Ireland's capital city, Dublin, and then they will take it, and they will, in fact, annex Ireland. Why the fuck do you need that? And now, we'll see why they needed that. As they will land a boat on the coastline of Brazil. They will land. They will land. I'm just bad at English, guys. I'm bad at English. Don't judge me, okay? You're not judging me? Good. So they will make a landing on the Brazilian coast and will set up a American colony. That's right. Russia has made an American colony. Bam, bam, bam. And China, this China is going to, we're going to wrap up this war in Vietnam. So China hears potential in the Americas, so they realize, hey, we're going to need to wrap this war up quick, so then we can go there. So then they will kind of just try to wrap this war up as quickly as humanly possible. So they will launch a mass attack into Vietnam, and they will push in, and they will send a telegram or just send people down there, being like, hey, if you, what the fuck did I just do? So they will be like, hey, dude, if you sign a peace treaty with us, we'll stop invading you. And let's see what a peace treaty looks like. Okay, so the peace treaty looks something like they just lost a bit of land in the south. So now they will send a boat to the east, actually. And they will land a colony or settlement in this area, I guess. And they will settle an area in Chile and Argentina. Or maybe just Chile, I don't really know. So they will set up a little colony down here. And the episode is kinda done.